To a rare sight today at the White House, President Barack Obama in tears.
He got emotional while outlining steps to curb gun violence. The president's plan includes expanding background checks for gun buyers. KCAL 9 political reporter Dave Bryan joins us now to examine the president's executive action and its potential legal challenges. Dave?
You know, tears and plenty of emotion at the White House for sure today. But with this issue, the gun control issue, you always have to wonder, how long will it last? Gun control might not be the defining issue of the 2016 presidential campaign, but it's certainly starting to look like it could be an important issue nonetheless. It's one of the issues where there are stark differences between Democrats and the Republicans, and the campaign on that issue was kicked off at the White House today by an emotional President Obama.
And from every family who never imagined that their loved one would be taken from our lives by a bullet from a gun.
President Obama wiped away the tears rolling down his face as he remembered the victims of mass shootings across America, surrounded by family members of those who were killed in the shootings, including the ex-wife and daughters of one of the recent San Bernardino attack victims. Through executive order, Mr. Obama intends to tighten the loopholes on background checks on gun buyers, especially at gun shows and on the internet. And he had fighting words for the NRA, the politically powerful National Rifle Association.
The gun lobby may be holding Congress hostage right now, but they cannot hold America hostage. We do not have to accept this carnage as the price of freedom.
As the president spoke, one of those family survivors standing behind him was Richard Martinez, whose son Chris was killed in a bullet-riddled rampage in Isla Vista near the UC Santa Barbara campus in May 2014. In a Skype interview after the White House event, Martinez applauded the executive order and said gun control works, even though it won't save everyone.
People wearing seatbelts still die today in motor vehicle accidents, but the fact that seatbelts don't save all people in traffic accidents is not a good argument to say we should stop wearing seatbelts. Universal background checks won't solve all gun violence, but we know from the evidence that states that have background checks, there's reduced gun violence.
The president's passion and the reaction of Republicans are strong evidence that gun control could become a significant issue in this year's presidential campaign. Like this posting, "Obama wants your guns," on the campaign website of presidential candidate Senator Ted Cruz, including a mock-up of the president in military garb. One of his Republican opponents, Senator Marco Rubio, charged the Obama plan is an unconstitutional attack on the right to bear arms.
Barack Obama is obsessed with undermining the Second Amendment.
House Speaker Paul Ryan charged the president is engaged in a dangerous level of executive overreach. And Texas Congressman John Culberson, chair of a subcommittee that controls funding for the Justice Department, threatened to cut off that funding.
The president, through these orders, has overstepped his authority. I will take immediate action to restrain him. I'm not going to wait for a court order, not going to wait for a lawsuit. Our Second Amendment rights are too precious.
In Glendale, gun store owner Jeff Brigman shares those concerns about the president's executive order on gun sales.
That it goes too far, that it doesn't merely correct the problem, that it decides to start punishing law-abiding citizens.
And the NRA, in a flurry of tweets, charged President Obama's executive order will do nothing to improve public safety. And in a thinly veiled threat to lawmakers who might be thinking of jumping ship, it tweeted, "FYI, all NRA grades are subject to change." That, of course, is a reference to the practice of grading elected officials based on to what extent they vote in line with the NRA position on gun issues. In other words, you turn against us, and good luck filling your campaign coffers next time you're running. Jeff?